this bag of stuff, this is like 270 grams of gold, and this is just what I bought yesterday in 2 hours. I didn't even, you know, I wasn't even out buying the whole day, just the end of the day. I mean, so your money on this, and I mean, I think on this one I was making 10% on this one. This is like $700 I made, because I made a little bit more off this other stuff here, but that was 700 bucks at the end of the day there. Not bad when you're only working 2 hours. I mean, 350 an hour. That's one of the ways it pays off. But so don't be discouraged when I'm just using this example. You're like, 57 bucks, man, with gas price and everything else, it's hardly even, you know, worth going out there, you know, spending the time to meet someone, do that for 57 bucks. Well, occasionally you will have someone who only has one piece and it's a bust. But that's not generally how it is. You will eventually find people who bring you bags of gold like this. And it's a lot easier to do nowadays because people are ready to get rid of it and be able to really make some great money. This is at 75%. I mean, I'm making that at, this is, you know, only at 10%. If I was making an extra 10-15% on that, this same bag of gold right here would have made me $1,500 to $1,800 for the same 2 hours. That's what you might be out there finding. I mean, when you find someone at an estate, you can find that. When you get things at garage sales, I mean, no joke. You'll get bags. You'll buy a box of jewelry for $2 and you'll find this much gold in it, and you'll sell it off for $700. I mean, I have a full-time buyer, and just, you know, a couple weeks ago, she went to garage sale, paid $2.50 for a box. Just the gold in it alone refined for over $1,347. I mean, just the gold. It was phenomenal. So there are great deals to be had out there. But when you're working with people directly, you're going to work on a little smaller margin, but there is still plenty of money to be made. I am only going to cover one more topic. I know this video has gone on a long time. I'm going to cover one more topic real quick. This is only going to just take a minute or two. So in all the examples, I have been using 583 to show you what 14 carats worth. One of the weird things about gold, it's kind of an unfortunate thing, it is rarely ever 58% gold. Rarely ever. 14 karat is rarely ever. 10 karat gold is rarely ever 41.6% gold. They are always usually a percent to 2% lower. Just the way it is. Same thing with 18 karat. So in my opinion, it is a good idea, and I let my dealers know this, but I actually use I actually use 56% when I'm calculating for gold. I just use it because any refiner will tell you the same thing. You can do a huge batch and it never comes out 58%. You might have a piece in there that's actually 58% gold, but then you're going to have 2 or 3 in there that are 57, one might be 55. You know, they have a range of what actually ends up turning out to be. So it is the way I do it is I generally take 1 to 2% off when I'm calculating values. That way I know, like if I were calculating what a refiner was going to pay me, I would be using 56, possibly even 55%, and then inserting my 95% here to actually come up with a more accurate guess of what you're going to get back from the refiner. It is just the way it's going to go. So actual value is just one of the things I want to talk to you about. You'll even find with silver, platinum's pretty good. Platinum almost always comes out about 90%, 95, whatever it's supposed to be. It's just something with gold. You notice this oftentimes, you know, 10 karat ends up being 40%, and 14 karat ends up being 56%. Just something to consider as you refine more. You will catch this. This number becomes very important when you start working on a small margin, when you start paying people and you're 88 to 90% and you're only working on 5 to 10% margin, but you're trying to work in a high volume. That 2% makes a massive difference for you. It doesn't make a massive difference if you're paying 60%. Who the heck cares? Don't even worry about it. If you're paying 60%, if you're at a garage sale, none of that matters. This really only comes into play when you start paying a higher percentage to make sure that you know, you actually end up making some money. Because when I first started learning, I started paying a little too high, didn't factor this in, and several times I was just breaking even, so I had to make some changes to that. I hope you learned a lot. If not, if you have any other questions, please go back, review that video clip. Some of this will be listed in a resources page. There's another video, like I said, that's going to talk more about that XRF machine if any of you are interested. And hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.